Welcome back to my channel, everyone. You know what video this is, not only from the title, but from where I'm sitting. I am sitting at my desktop right now, and today I am filming my monthly budget. I really like to put my budget on blast on the internet, and honestly, is it a good idea? I don't know, but I love doing it, and honestly I think it does help people in a sense to brings awareness of the importance of budgeting, if that makes sense. I'm not giving financial advice, but I am really just being transparent with my finances and also trying to kind of destigmatize, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but let's talk about money a bit more. The more we prioritize checking our finances and making sure we understand our finances, I think it's just going to help what I spent last month and kind of what I predicted and what my goals are for the next month. So if you're new here, I guess this is more so of like a what I spend in a month, but I don't do a traditional budget where I allocate X amount of dollars to certain categories. I kind of just look at my previous spending habits and try to consciously make better choices the following month. But by seeing all my expenses, I can really understand how much I've been spending, what I'm spending on, seeing any subscriptions that I might have paid, like all of that. So I do manually budget and then talk about the findings with you guys. Before I begin actually budgeting, I did want to thank Truly Small Accounting for sponsoring today's video. You guys know that I love manual budgeting because duh, I do film these videos every single month. And the reason I do that is because I want to see how much money I'm making versus how much I'm spending. That's really the main reason why I budget in the first place. And manually budgeting does take a while. It usually takes me over an hour to actually do my budget. I recently discovered an automated accounting tool that literally does this in 5 minutes or less. Truly Small Accounting is perfect for small business owners, freelancers who don't have tens of thousands of expenses every single month. All you have to do is sign up, connect your bank, and you can see all of your important financial reports in literally 5 minutes or less. And once you connect to your bank, it actually sorts through all your expenses and categorizes them in pre-approved IRS categories. And I save so much time doing this, especially when it comes to tax preparation, which I can make a whole other video on, but I won't. It manually categorizes each individual expense, especially when tax season comes around. That is so important. Another thing that I found cool was that you can keep track of your contacts that you interact with, send invoices to, and make sure that they're paid, view the most important data in real time, and send financial reports in literally 5 minutes. Truly Small Accounting saves so much time because it generates reports so quickly. So if you don't want to spend a lot of time, manually doing things, this does the same exact thing except quicker and with a click of a button. I do still enjoy manually budgeting, but my least favorite part is categorizing everything, especially when it comes to taxes, because my categories are different than the IRS categories. So when I want to look at my business at a glance, see my P&L, or honestly just see my general spending habits, Truly Small Accounting is super, super helpful. So definitely check it out. I'm gonna have it linked down below, but thank you so much to Truly Small Accounting for sponsoring today's video. I did want to do a few predictions. So definitely save money on groceries because I didn't cook once. I don't think I cooked once. I literally don't think I cooked once. I was not in Miami for 3 weeks of the month. So I was vacationing, I was out, I was visiting friends, I was at home, and I ate out every single day. Every single day I went out to eat. For almost all my meals, I got coffee out. So this month, the food bill will be high, but the grocery bill will be low. I'm gonna guess like 800 in restaurants. I'm just putting it out there. And if it's higher than that, I'm not telling you. I don't think I spent any like big ticket items. I like to call like big spending items, big ticket items. I don't think I spent anything on that, which is great. I like can't, and I don't know what I would have splurged on. I'm trying to think, and I don't think I did. So that definitely will be good. I do think I spent less money overall because really the only thing I spent money on was food, but definitely food bill is going to be higher. So I'm gonna pull up my 2 credit cards and my bank account, and then we're gonna do this budget, and I'm scared. All right, guys, so yeah, all right, let's get into it. I did spend less money than last month, so that is the biggest thing because this month's habits of going out to eat all the time were not normal, and I didn't spend that much money elsewhere. So that's actually a really, really good sign. And if you remember last month, I had spent 22% less than the month before. So we're going on a downward spiral, which is a really, really good thing. And I think this month in April, I'll also spend less money. So that's the good note. Where should I begin? In terms of finances, I did make more money last month than this month, so that's not as great. I actually made 22% more last month than I did this month, but that's not really a big deal because as someone who is self-employed, my income goes like this every single month. Some months are like amazing, and then other months I don't get paid as much, so I'm kind of like taking from the previous month. Overall, I still am happy with the amount of money I made this month, but compared to last month, I did make a little bit less. All right, as for housing stuff, remember how I said I didn't have big ticket items?
I don't think I spent any like big ticket item.
I was so wrong. I had multiple big ticket items. So we're gonna start with the housing big ticket item. I had a plumber come. I have 3 bathrooms in this apartment, and every single one of them needed some work done. My temperature control was totally off. Some things were like not draining properly. The toilet was messed up. Like there was a lot that I needed to fix in this apartment. And so I had a plumber come in and they charged me $850. I did have to buy some new equipment. Like I replaced shower heads, and he came back and forth like 3 separate times. But yeah, $850 for a plumber to come to my apartment. I thought that was kind of insane, but I don't know. Plumber was also one of my dad's friends. So I was asking my dad, I'm like, is this normal? And I mean, he was just like, I think it's because he had to like buy the shower heads and like all of this stuff. And the shower heads were like $200 and then blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know. I thought it was a lot, but I don't know anything about plumbing. So let me know what you guys think. As for food. Okay guys, I don't want to share this, but I will say I'm so happy I have a coffee maker at my apartment because whenever I am home in Miami, I do not go out and buy coffee except for like the weekends. So I usually spend about like $50, I would say, dollars a month on coffee. Just like going out on the weekends, maybe once a week during the week, which I think is a lot. Like I honestly even think $50 is a lot. I used to spend no money on coffee. But I feel like when you work from home, it's kind of like a nice treat to go out, and I've been doing a lot of meetings, which involves going to coffee with people. So I've been spending money on coffee. But this month, since I was not home, I spent money on coffee every single day, and it's so much. Like coffee makers are so worth it. So I spent $200 $206 on coffee this month. Is kind of crazy. I did spend $0 on groceries, so to put that into perspective, but yeah, $206 on coffee compared to last month, which I spent $82 on coffee, which the previous month too was a lot of money. But whenever I travel, I just end up spending more money, and I also traveled in February as well. Whew, restaurants. Yeah, okay, put it out there, rip it off like a band-aid. I spent $1,124 on restaurants last month. Yeah, it's because, I'm not kidding guys, when I say I did not cook once, that means I did not cook once. Every single breakfast, lunch, and dinner was takeout, was going to a restaurant, bringing food here, Postmating food, like every single one. So let's divide that. Let's see, if there's 30 days, and let's say on average I have about like 2.5 meals a day, which is because I don't eat 3 meals every single day. So times 2.5 on average, let's say 75. So 1,124 divided by 75 is $15. So on average, I spent about $15 a meal. No, there's no excuses. It's ridiculous, but next month I'm 100% sure I'm not spending that much money, because guess what? Today I went grocery shopping. On alcohol, I spent $120 this month on alcohol, and yeah, that was kind of my overall food bill, which was just really, really high. It was about $1,500. Personal care. I didn't spend too much money on personal care. I'm trying to look to see. When I went to Dallas, I spent $20, I think, for 2 days to go to a gym there, because my friend is a member of a gym, and to bring me, I had to spend $20. So I spent like $40 on extra on gyms. I did purchase some new supplements this month, so I do spend money on my supplements, which is about $60 every single month. I have a subscription going. Let's see what else. My health insurance is about $250 a month, and I did buy some new skincare. So I did spend around like $100 on some new skincare products, which definitely brings that price up. So in transportation, I actually spent less money this month, which I was correct on. With parking, I did spend less money this month, but I did spend a lot of money in parking. So I spent $92.59, which is 14% less than the previous month, which is a good thing. In terms of supercharger miles, I spent a lot less this month, which I'm very happy about. I spent $65.95 this month compared to last month. I'm not kidding, having an electric car right now, I'm so happy about it because obviously gas prices are crazy high right now and it doesn't really affect me. Comment down below how much money you spend in gas. I asked you guys, I think last budget or maybe a budget ago, 2 budgets ago, but because gas prices have changed a lot since then, I wanna know how much money you spend in gas now compared to like what you used to spend. This month I did spend $66, but also I didn't drive that much. But yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. In terms of car insurance, guys, my car insurance went up so freaking much. Another thing I need you to comment is what is your car insurance? Because I think you guys are gonna freak out when I tell you. And I shopped around. People are like, shop around, shop around. I shopped around. I did Policy Genius or whatever that shopping around car insurance website is called. I looked at different options and this was the best one for the coverage that I got. I have pretty medium coverage. I wouldn't say I have the best coverage, but I also don't have the worst. I'm pretty covered in case I get into an accident. But I used to spend $107 on car insurance when I lived in North Carolina. 107. This month I switched it over to Florida. My car insurance is now $397 a month. $397. I've never seen car insurance that high. Florida and particularly Miami has super high car insurance and I don't know why. So if you guys can comment what yours is, that would be great because I don't know if I should like lessen my coverage or something, but yeah, it's a little ridiculous that I'm spending $397 a month on car insurance. That's gonna really hurt my budget every month. I spent a little bit more money on Ubers this month, just going to the airport and Ubering around different cities. So I spent around $165 this month on Uber, which is a 23% increase from the previous month. And in terms of travel, I was on a lot of planes this month. I was on, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was on 6 separate planes and I buy Wi-Fi for all of them. So I spent $117 on travel this month. Even though I didn't buy any plane tickets, I do buy Wi-Fi on every flight I go on. And sometimes they range from $12 to $19 per flight. So I bought it on all of those. So that counts into my travel budget. Now let's go to miscellaneous. The biggest thing that I spent money on this month, guys, I said I didn't have big ticket items and I was wrong. But also I bought a new laptop, which cost $2,900. So I did buy a new laptop. My laptop was 4 years old. It started to crash on me. It started getting all wonky. I couldn't export any videos. I couldn't do anything on it. It was so slow and I wanted to trade it in. So I ended up spending, technically I ended up spending like $2,300 because I am trading in my laptop. But yeah, for a brand new MacBook Pro 16-inch M1 chip, I spent $2,300 with the trade-in. So that was really expensive, but that should last me at least 4 years. At least 4 years. But even though that hurt, I knew it was like a necessary expense and I know that it will last me for a while. So yeah. And then I ended up making, not really making because I spent this money, but I did end up making $1,333 on my Miami Heat tickets. So I've been selling a bunch of tickets because I've obviously been out of town and I got $1,300 from that this month, which I think is pretty good. So once the season's over, which is this week, I'm gonna calculate how much money I made on all my tickets and see if season tickets are worth it. And yeah, that was kind of my main expenses. And I did still save almost half of my income this month, which is great. If you guys are new to budgeting, if you want to get started, I definitely recommend Truly Small Accounting. I think it's a great first time step and it's gonna make it easier, quicker, and you're really gonna see kind of a look of your statements. It's gonna be easier for taxes. But I also recommend manually budgeting as well because it's really important to see every single item line by line. So I highly, highly recommend that. And I will see you guys in my next budget video. Bye guys.